8 months passed before I touched that garage door. His voice still echoed. "Never go in there, Sarah." But when I finally opened it, what I found wasn't just his secret. It was my freedom. 8 months had crawled by since I'd last approached the garage. David's voice haunted the space like a territorial ghost. "Stay out, Sarah. That's my sanctuary." He'd always said it with that charming grin, but something cold lurked beneath those words. After his sudden funeral, I'd sealed it shut, walking past daily as if it were just another brick wall. I convinced myself I wasn't prepared. Truth was, I feared what secrets lay behind that metal door. Only when I decided to sell our home did I finally press my trembling hand against the icy handle. The door lifted with a groan, and I stood paralyzed. Not by any smell, but by an oppressive silence that seemed to hold its breath. As my vision adjusted, I saw towers of cardboard boxes, some labeled, others mysterious. At the center sat an antique oak desk, and on it, our wedding portrait lay face down like a discarded memory. When I'd first encountered David, he was intoxicating. Expensive suits, devastating smile. He made me laugh like I already knew life's best jokes. He claimed he adored my ability to read people. I believed he'd never make me question myself. We constructed our life methodically. Mortgage payments, vacations, midnight pizza deliveries. Or so I'd imagined. The deception began subtly. A password-protected phone, unfamiliar cologne he never wore around me, hushed conversations from the garage. I dismissed my suspicions as paranoia. Then came that evening when he returned disheveled, shirt wrinkled, carrying another woman's perfume. He kissed my temple and instantly I understood everything. I didn't confront him immediately. Instead, I cultivated patience like a master craftsman hones skill. Slowly, methodically, with unwavering focus. I studied his patterns. Late office nights, weekend visits to his cousin. I created a digital dossier on my computer, innocuously labeled tax documents. Within it, screenshots, financial records, receipts from upscale hotel lounges. Each discovery didn't shatter my heart. It crystallized it into something harder, more determined. 3 months before his death, I consulted an attorney. Discreetly, we orchestrated a divorce strategy that would leave me with everything. The house, our savings, and enough evidence to destroy him completely. Then destiny interfered. A massive coronary, they reported, in his sedan outside a client's building. 43 years old. No warning signs. Neighbors whispered sympathetic platitudes. I remained silent, calculating. Now, standing in his forbidden domain, my hands trembled, not from sorrow, but from anticipation. The first container revealed correspondence from multiple women. Different penmanship, various perfumes still clinging to pages. Some letters predated our engagement by years. The second box contained receipts for extravagant gifts, jewelry purchases, luxury hotel stays. My name appeared nowhere in these transactions. The third container froze my blood entirely. A leather portfolio filled with surveillance photographs of me. Some from years past, showing me laughing in restaurants or walking alone after dark. Others were frighteningly recent. I hadn't realized I was being monitored. Sitting on that concrete floor, portfolio splayed across my knees, reality shifted beneath me. He hadn't been loving me. He'd been possessing me, studying me like a specimen under glass. The following morning, I contacted his attorney, claiming I wanted to personally manage the estate liquidation. I also reached out to his primary mistress, the woman whose name dominated my secret files. I suggested we meet for coffee. She arrived looking anxious, younger than me but not dramatically so. Without ceremony, I slid the surveillance portfolio across our table. Her hands shook as she examined each photograph. I maintained perfect composure. "Why show me this?" she whispered desperately. "Because," I replied evenly. "He deceived you too. And now you're going to assist me in exposing everything." Together we unraveled his financial web. Offshore banking, concealed assets, investments registered under aliases. Methodically, I assembled my evidence. Not for legal proceedings, but for personal vindication. When ready, I invited all his mistresses to a memorial gathering. They arrived dressed in mourning black, expecting to share tearful remembrances. Instead, I served wine, positioned myself beside the fireplace, and revealed every ugly truth. I distributed the letters, receipts, and photographs. Some women wept, others cursed, one fled immediately. I remained perfectly calm throughout. By evening's end, none of them viewed him identically. The man they'd cherished had transformed into the predator I'd exposed. Their grief transformed into rage, their love into disgust. I auctioned the garage contents, except for the surveillance portfolio, which I incinerated completely. The proceeds I distributed equally among his victims, not as forgiveness, but as liberation payment. Next, I sold our house, packing my belongings in complete silence, erasing every trace of his existence. People still question why I never broke down, why tears never came. They misunderstand entirely. Grief mourns what you've lost. What I'd lost was an elaborate fiction. When lies die, you don't bury them ceremoniously. You burn them completely. I closed that garage door one final time, hearing it slam down like a judge's gavel delivering verdict. Case definitively closed. That moment marked my transformation from his deceived widow into my own powerful witness, finally free from his suffocating surveillance and ready to reclaim the authentic life he'd stolen from me through years of calculated manipulation and emotional imprisonment.